Ladies and gentlemen, to the organizers, participating researchers, and panel of reactors, good afternoon. It is a privilege for me to be participating in this conference presenting about our research on human-computer interaction. I am delighted to be engaging in the same platform with different researchers from around the world, together with other research enthusiasts. Before I proceed further, please indulge me that I have actually hesitated in joining this panel due to my strong apprehension and unpreparedness owing to the influx of work that I have during my spare time. Though my mentor and co-author of this paper, Mr. Anderies, have pushed me to do this, finalizing our research, and I thank him for that. Nevertheless, in this session, I will be the oral presenter for our research paper entitled A Correlational Study Between User Interface Attributes to User Experience in a Website, co-authored by Kensi Chandrawan, Diven Clementius, Anderies, and Irene Anindaputri Iswanto. The outline of this presentation includes the background on why we decided to pursue this topic, some light discussion regarding methodology in which we have conducted the research upon, and the results of this research in the form of graphs, and the conclusion and recommendation. I am now ready to present the research investigating the correlational link between user interface attributes to the user experience in a website. As a background, it is undeniable that technology is deeply rooted in our daily life, ranging from the simple invention of using a cup made out of glass to communicating with one another using an instant messaging application on our phone, though sometimes using this technology might feel janky. Focusing on the use of a digital computer, the first thing we see when we are using an application is the user interface. It is the means of bridging our actions of clicking on a mouse, or more specifically, giving input to the application with an output from the application itself. In the form of a feedback, these output may be in the form of text, images, buttons, or videos. After using the application for a period of time, the user will naturally feel the application's usability. From the perception of efficiency, ease of use, and utility, these things are what is called the user experience. It is essentially how a user interacts with the said application. When designing a digital system and/or application, considering the user interface design along with the user experience is one of the major elements that can make or break the said system. Having a poor user interface design might make it less inviting for potential users to use, while not building the user experience seriously might introduce hassles which will likely annoy users when using the app. Finding the balance of focusing efforts on creating a beautiful user interface design while building a delightful user experience might be a troublesome matter. Due to this, in this paper, we are researching the connection on the basic attributes of a user interface on their respective contribution in usability. In the paper by Thomas Smith and Christian Wolf, it is defined that symmetry, colorfulness, as well as visual complexity are the basic user interface attributes that influences on the aesthetics of user interface design. We will be using the said attributes as one of our variables in our research. To measure the usability of a system or an application, a questionnaire called the System Usability Scale was invented. Created in 1996, it is dubbed as the quick and dirty scale that is used widely and has accounted for more than 43% of the post-study questionnaires in industrial usability studies. Though, with the system usability scale having 10 questionnaires to be filled, answering the questionnaire for multiple systems may take a very long time. To combat this, we have considered an alternative called the usability metric for user experience, or UMUX. Dubbed the metric to be measured when system usability scales takes too much time, It is a relatively new standardized usability questionnaires which targets the same metrics, which is usability. Now let's move to the methodology proposed on this paper. This research will involve 10 young adults participants with ages ranging between 18 years old and 25 years old. The participants are all technology literate, having used digital technology devices for more than 4 hours a day. Additionally, due to the nature of the participants' age range, most of them are a student. We will be showing 15 websites with varying level of user interface attributes. The 15 corpus websites are selected such that the core functionality of the site is accessible instantaneously without any auth wall or paywall. It is also to be noted that the participants have not seen or are not familiar with the website shown, such that this will be the first time that the participants will judge the website. Going with a one-on-one interview, each participant is introduced to the questionnaire sheet where they will score each website according to the statement shown on the slides right now. They may score user interface or UI related statements from 1 to 9 and user experience related statements from 1 to 7. After being familiar with the sheet, the interviewer will point the participant to open a random website and explore as much features from the website, taking as much time as they need. The raw data of the results of our interview will be an array of scores ranging from 1 to 7 and 1 through 9 on each website for each person. Before we are able to display the data in a beautiful graph, we need to do some data processing, including calculating the UX formula. For all user interface related scores for each website, we will be averaging the scores of the said website from each participant. Please note that we will not be modifying the range of the score. We will keep them from 1 to 9. To calculate the UX score, we will be using the standardized formula for UX. For each odd-numbered question, subtract the score with a 1. And for each even-numbered question, subtract 7 with the score. After doing so, we will sum the process score together and divide it by the number of questions available. This will produce a UX score that can be interpreted as percentage. Similarly to the user interface related score, since we are dealing with multiple people, we will be averaging the website's UX score of everyone on our graph to make a collective average score of a website. After calculating the user experience related questions using the UX formula, we have concluded that the pattern has emerged when comparing each site's user interface attributes to their respective UX score. Comparing symmetric scores versus the UX score, we can see that symmetric scores are positively correlated with the UX score, indicating that the more symmetric a website is, the more usable it is. Moving on to colorfulness versus UX score, it looks like there is an upward convex shape where the highest colorfulness score are on both ends of the UX score spectrum. We are not certain that this gave off a very convincing pattern. More research needs to be done on this point. Lastly, examining the visual complexity score versus the UX score, it is clear that there is an inverse correlation between visual complexity score and the UX score. This hints that a more usable website is a website that is visually less complex. So, in summary, our research has found multiple correlation between UI attributes and UX scores. There is a correlation between symmetric and visually complex versus UX score. There is not a certain correlation between colorful websites versus UX score. And also, Further research with a more various website corpus is needed to get better accuracy. A couple of further research ideas related to this topic may be at which UI attribute scores and UMUX scores starts to show a diminishing point, or finding the estimation formula for the relation between UI attribute scores and UMUX scores with more corpus for higher accuracy. Thank you for listening to our presentation regarding our research.